Hello everyone and welcome to another video. In this video I'm going to show you a tutorial on how to achieve this snake-like look, and it also works with different coloured contacts, with or without the fangs, with or without the SFX. You can leave the SFX off, just keep the eye look and the lips, maybe even add some fangs and you've got a little snake look. So first, I've already primed my eyelids and placed tape up against them to create a really sharp line, and I'm going to take a cream shadow base. This is a green colour, and I'm just going to use this to map out how I want the eye to look. Now this will be a little bit different depending on your particular eye shape, but I really want to create something not necessarily feline but very down-turned, very snake looking. I really want it to be very streamlined, and I'm not too bothered if the lines are particularly harsh. Then I'm going to take a matte green eyeshadow and I'm going to use a flat shader brush to really pat that on top of the green shadow base that we've just applied. Now this is when you can really start to mark out the shape of the eye. Also, don't worry too much about blending at this point. We will be doing that a little bit later on. Just get that colour down. And it will be helpful to look straight into a mirror whilst you're doing this to ensure that they look the exact same on both sides. Then with a fluffy powder brush, I'm just going to really blend out the edges, and I'm going to use a little bit of an acid berry sort of colour. And this again is a matte eyeshadow, and that's going to help blend out those edges. Blend them as much as you like. You can have them as harsh as you want as this look and think of them as a snake pattern. It's really up to you. Then I'm going to take a shimmery gold loose shadow and I'm going to use a flat shader brush just to pat that through the center. Now this is a gold that has quite a green undertone to it, so it really works with the colors we already have on the lid. So I'm just going to place a little bit on the mobile lid, and this is just going to add a little bit of shimmer, a little bit of sheen to the look. Snakes can sometimes be a little slimy, so this will kind of really replicate that skin look. Then with a Kajal liner, I'm just going to tight line my eyes, and later I will be running this through my waterline as well. Just make sure you're doing that on both sides. Now this was a look that I chose not to do too much with the lashes. I really chose to just keep it quite streamlined. If you like though, you can do false lashes. Then I'm going in with a liquid eyeliner pen, and using the tape as a guide, I'm going to create quite a very long wing, a wing that pretty much touches the edge of my eyebrow. This is to really help create that snake-like shape, really streamline the eye. You don't have to do it this big, you can have it quite small if you like. If you've already got quite elongated eyes, you may not have to do it as big as I did. Then I'm also going to pull out the inner corner of the eye a little bit as well with the same liquid liner. Then I'm taking that Kajal liner, and as I said before, I'm just running that through my waterline. I'm also smudging it a little in the lashes so that I can bring it down with a smudger brush as I'm doing now, just to really kind of soften up that lower line. I don't want it as harsh as the top line. So I'm just smudging that out slightly, and then with the same brush I'm going to take the original green colour we used, that matte green, and I'm going to smudge that out a little bit further, blending it just a little bit more. I don't want it too far down, just a bit. Then with that acid berry colour that we used to blend out the top eyeshadow, we're going to also do that with a fluffy brush on the bottom as well, blending both the black and the first matte green out. This is just going to kind of really replicate the top lid, really tie it all in together and ensure that there aren't too many harsh lines going on. Then I'm going to bring the inner corner out even further with that same liquid eyeliner pen. You can bring this out as much as you need for your particular eye shape. Then I'm going in with a red lip stain. This is a blue undertone lip stain. I just chose to do it with the lip wand applicator. You can do it with a lip brush if you want it a little bit more precise. My lips just kind of annoy me, so I just try and chuck them on as quickly as I can. You can choose any colour for this. A black would look really cool as well. And that's where you can leave this if you prefer just the makeup look. You can put in some fangs, a green outfit, and you're a snake. Nice and easy. But if you want to do something a little bit more SFX related, I did try to paint on some scales, but body paint is not my forte. So instead, I applied a layer of Prosade, waited for it to get tacky, and then coated my fingers in a moisturizer because I'm going to be using Ben Nye's Nose and Scar Wax. You really want to make sure your hands are lubricated, and whatever you use to blend this out is lubricated with either a makeup remover or a moisturizer, as this will stick to any surface, I promise you. So I'm just going to use my fingertips coated in either Vaseline or moisturizer. I'm just going to really blend out the edges and try to make it not patchy. Now this is the first time I've actually ever used nose and scar wax, so for me it was kind of patchy and I could have blended it better, but overall I was pretty happy with the effect. Then using the back of a brush, I'm going to place holes within the nose and scar wax. Now, typophobics is definitely a thing. It's a fear of small clusters of holes, and it's something that's always made me really uncomfortable, so I used this as a form of therapy for myself. This technique, as well as from Made You Look by Lex, who recently used this technique all over her face when she was studying the fear of clusters of holes. Then using that first matte green shade we used on the lid, I'm just using a pointed brush to apply that in the holes just to add a little bit more colour. As you can see, I've also done holes on my forehead which originally didn't have green underneath, but I kind of liked that they were a little bit different, like different patterns on a snake. I also went over with a bit of the acid berry, and then I placed a little bit of a black matte shadow right in the centre of the holes to add a little bit more depth to them. And there you go, there is your snake. I've added in some scarecrow fangs, and I am wearing hazel contacts from Pinky Paradise, but this will also work with different contact lenses. There's a photo at the end with me wearing yellow, and it also looked really awesome with red as well. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Bye! Hello everyone and welcome to another video. In today's video I'm going to continue with special effects, and we're moving on to stage 2 of my zombie process.